Hello again. We got a fun workout for you today called DEE, which is take on a workout that's DT with just the letters. This one it can be adapted to work out just at home, or it's going to be a little bit lighter weight and performed as an AMRAP. So what the movements are, it's going to be deadlifts, hang cleans, and then some push jerks. And we have a lot of variations on how we can do that depending on your equipment. So let's get into a warm up here. 30 seconds of each station. We're going to start with a plus jump, which basically if you had a plus sign on the floor, you go side, back, side, forward, just like this. Side, back, side, forward, side, back, side, forward. You're just kind of warming up the ankles, the knees, your abdomen a little bit. And it takes a little bit of mental focus, so warming up the mind a bit too. And next we're going to go to some weightless good mornings. Try to flex the core, keep your knees soft here. Okay, good mornings. Slight bend in the knees. Hold your hands behind your head. You shoot the hips back, trying to keep your back straight. So just like we would do with a bar, you only go far enough down to where you can keep your back straight. If you start to bend that low back, you've gone too far. So you all have different varying degrees of flexibility. Find your spot, stick with it. You should feel a nice stretch in your hamstrings. Next, we're going to go to some plank shoulder taps. Let's get down on the ground here. Hold a plank. You can be down on your knees if you have to. We're just going to hold that plank and tap our shoulders. So you want to avoid the hips coming up. Try to keep your hips down. You also want to avoid rotating. You want to keep your body straight in line. Warming up the shoulders, arms, core. You can have your feet wider for more stability, narrower for a little bit more challenge. Up next, we have high knees. Just come on up. It's nice and easy. If you want to step it out, you can step it out. Otherwise, basically jog in place with high knees. Try to get your knees above the waistline. As much as this workout doesn't include cardio movements, how quickly we're going to be performing them, it is a lot of cardio. Next we have Samson lunges. So alternate sides, stepping forward, arms tall, then step back. When you step forward, you don't want that knee to come out over the toe. I'm going to try to keep a 90-degree angle with the knees, and then drive back with the heels. So warming up the hip flexor, warming up the core. If you want to on the last couple, you can rotate, even up the sides here. Now we got hollow rocks down onto your back. And just try to rock back and forth. If this is too difficult, you can just extend the arms and legs without the rock, or you can even bring your legs into scissors. But I'm going to keep rocking here. Trying to keep the upper shoulders and heels off the ground. So next, good old-fashioned jumping jacks. So if these hurt too much, you can keep your arms down or keep them to the side if you have shoulder issues. If you want to step them out, you can do that as well. Whatever you got to do to warm up. The next move is going to be good old push up to down dog. Pretty simple. Finish up your last few jumping jacks. Alright, so for down dog, we want to walk it out into our push up position. You can push up from your knees if you have to, or do a strict push up. And then just drive your head through the window of the shoulders, stretching the glutes and hamstrings up towards the sky. So your heels don't have to touch the floor, but you should be trying to drive them towards the floor. If you can touch the floor, that's great. So next, we have some Spider-Mans. So holding that plank position, you're gonna alternate bringing one foot up to the side. It's a nice easy stretch here on these. As you warm up, you start working on getting that elbow down to the ground. If you wanna get both elbows down, that's great too. Nice job, guys. Keep on stretching. 3 seconds. Even it out. Okay. That's it for the stretchy cardio portion of the warm-up. Now, if you have a barbell, I want to go through our barbell warm-up. You guys have all done that so many times. I'm going to show you what it looks like without a barbell. Let's say all you have is a dumbbell. Well, first thing we want to do, bring that dumbbell up behind your head. You're going to get 5 good mornings here. So feet beneath the hips. Again, keeping your back straight, your legs relatively straight. We're going to shoot the hips back. Just find a stretch in the hamstrings, and then come back up tall. Get 5 of these. And then next, you're going to widen the feet out for a squat. Whatever that object is, make sure you're still holding it behind your back here. Feet just outside the hips, toes pointed slightly out. We're going to start with the hips back, and then squat down to just below parallel, and stand up tall. Just trying to keep your chest tall the whole time. Keep those knees tracking out towards the toes. Comes 3, 4, and 5. Now this one's kind of hard to do elbow rotations with, but if you want to take maybe one at a time with that object, just kind of get a static hold here for a few seconds. It rotates the other arm and just stretch out that tricep a little bit. There we go. All right, and then get in front of you here. We're going to get some push press with these things. Normally we do strict press, but we're doing push jerks in the workout, so we're going to work on the hips a little bit. So drop the hips, knees out, hips back, and then we're going to drive up and press that object up overhead. Finishing with the head through the window, biceps right by your ears. 3, 4, 5. All right. So bring it on down now for an RDL, which is basically mostly straight-legged deadlift here. Kind of like a good morning, objects in front of you though. We're gonna trace the shins down and then stand back up. Try to keep your low back straight, maybe a slight bend in the knees. Great job, folks. 4, and 5, and last thing is some front squats. So same stance as your back squats, feet just outside the hips. We're going to keep the chest tall, elbows tall. 5 squats here. So keep those knees tracking out over the toes as well. We got one more. Right. So to go over the workout movements, deadlifts are pretty straightforward. They're a hip hinge movement. We get to bring the legs in only at the bottom. So if you have your bar here in front of you, your bar normally would have plates on it, so it'd be a little taller. Basically, you're going to find that portion of bend that's allowing you to get down to the bar without bending into a squat. So it's best to start tall. We're going to shoot our hips back. And then as soon as you reach the knees with that bar, go ahead and start bending the knees to get down to the ground. And then we'll just reverse the action to come back up. So we'll straighten those knees until we get to the knees, and then we'll go ahead and bring those hips to stand up tall. Let's get 5 deadlifts here. If you have no barbell, but you have dumbbells or some other sort of object, do the same exact thing here, just holding these dumbbells to your side. So we're going to hinge at the hips till you hit the knees, then bend the knees till you hit the ground. Knees, hips, hips, knees, knees, hips. Great job. Get 5 of these here. So I've got 3 more. 1, 2, 3. So that's the first portion of the workout. Next is going to be hang cleans. So if you have your barbell, you're going to start the barbell basically at the top of a deadlift position here. You're going to bring those thumbs behind here. You can hook grip if you want, which means you basically grab the thumbs with those fingers. But for a hang power clean, we're going to start with the bar above the knees. We don't go all the way to the ground here. We're going to keep the bar above the knees and then stand up aggressively, shooting the hips as we shrug and pull and drop underneath the bar. So let's get 5 of those. We're going to then bring the hips, shrug, pull, drop under, and then cycle through those. Now, if you're working with dumbbells or cans of soup, bags of laundry, whatever you're using, Just hold those on the side and do the same thing here. We're gonna start the hips back. Stand up aggressively, bring the hips, shrug, pull, drop underneath the object. So I'll show you full time with the odd object movement. Hips, shrug, pull, drop under. Make sure you catch in that power position. Final thing we're gonna do here is push jerks. So if it were push press, that would mean we have to dip, drive, and press without a rebend of the knees. Because it's a jerk, we get to dip, drive, and re-dip. It allows you to get underneath the bar here. So with the barbell, we're gonna have your elbows not quite in a front squat grip, also not quite in a strict press grip. We're gonna have those elbows just slightly ahead of you so you can dip down and then utilize the shoulders to press that bar up. So get a few of these where you're just feeling the weightlessness because of the shoulders pressing the bar up. And after that, add 3 push jerks. So we're gonna dip, drive, drip back under the bar. Dip, drive, dip back under the bar. Great job, you guys. So similarly, you had odd objects here. Keep them up in that shoulder position. We're doing the same exact thing. So dip, drive, push, dip back underneath. A little harder on the stabilizers here. So we have some alternatives as well. On the hang cleans, if you don't want to do hang cleans with an object like this, or with a dumbbell, or say you even have just a big medicine ball, we're basically going to be doing some shoulder height swings. So an alternative for those hang cleans would be, we're doing like kettlebell swings here. Working on bringing your hips in. Just like a hang clean, you're going to bring the hips back, explode up. And try to use the momentum of the hips and explosiveness to bring that object up to shoulder height. So I think that's all the movements that we're going to be doing for the workout. I'm going to go ahead and take a quick break. We'll come back for the WOD.